everybody, welcome to C3 Students. It is week 3 of our current season of small groups. It's week 3 of our current series, Lost and Found. And we are glad that you are checking in with us this week. My name is Jay, and I do want to say welcome. If you have been joining us for the last couple of weeks, whether at a small group or you've been kind of watching the video online, we want to say thank you. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for making the commitment to come and be a part of C3 Students. It is really exciting for us because it's been a crazy year for all of us, and now that we're able to do some in-person stuff, we're blown away by you guys, your excitement, your enthusiasm, your commitment to jump back into things and get things fired up again. And I want you to know that knowing how excited you guys are for us to be back in some in-person gatherings really just gets me all that much more excited when I think about what's going to happen in the coming weeks. And so let me jump right into that. First, let me say, if you took the time to come and join us this past Sunday at Wheeling Park Ice Rink for our skating, thank you for coming. It was a really fun time. Really glad to had a chance to see some of you guys and catch up with you a little bit. And I'm looking forward to being able to catch up with you all again soon. It was great. Thanks for coming. Thanks for making it a priority. Thanks for coming and being a part of things. We were really excited to see you. Now, it is week 3, and I wanted to jump into our time of teaching and our worship, but I do want to take a few seconds just to remind you of some things that are happening, because some big things are going to happen over the next couple of months. So, first off, Easter Sunday. We want to remind you, we want to invite you to come and join us for Easter at Ogilby. This year, Sunday, April the 4th, which is Easter Sunday, C3 will be doing our Easter service at Ogilby in the amphitheater, of course, weather permitting, just like we did over the summer. So come and join us. You can bring the whole family out. You can bring your friends. You can bring your neighbors. There is a ton of space to spread out, but we're going to be there 10 a.m. Easter morning. Full Easter service. It's going to be great. We'd love to see you guys there. So come and be a part of that. No need to RSVP. You just need to show up and be there and celebrate Easter morning with us. Now, that's Easter. That's coming up on April the 4th. In the meantime, you can come. You and your family, y'all can come out and you can worship with us in person. We are back in the building. We've been in the building for a couple of weeks. We're no longer doing RSVPing. You can just come and join us at either service, 9:30 or 11:15, and you can worship with us again in person here at C3. Now, you do need to wear a mask, and we are asking everybody to continue to social distance, but we are back. It's been awesome. Worship has been great. And so we want to invite you and your family to come and join us for worship on a Sunday right here at C3. And if you're not ready to come back to the building yet, that's great. That's fine. Come and watch us online. We stream live every Sunday morning at 9:30. You'll see exactly what's happening live in the worship center. It comes right across to your screen. And then if you miss that, you can always go back and you can watch it again throughout the Sunday or throughout the week. So it's there for you to check out. We just want to invite you to come and be a part of that, be a part of worship here at C3. Now, this past Sunday was awesome. We had a great time with you guys ice skating. We're having a great time with you at small groups. This is only the beginning, guys. We are so looking forward to the coming weeks. We have decided we want to finish this season of small groups, which will end at the end of April. And then as we jump into May and into the summer months, we are going to be releasing our summer schedule. We are looking to do some more in-person events. Some of them may be at the church, some of them may be at Ogilby, some of them may be in someone's backyard. We may be doing guy get-togethers and then girl get-togethers. It's going to be a whole crazy fun summer of of us just kind of reconnecting again. But we're going to start talking about that as we get into May. What I need from you, or what I want from you, is I want you to spread the word. I want you to get excited. I want you to be thinking of some friends that you may want to invite to join us for some of these activities, because it's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm thinking, after a year of being stuck inside, being all quarantined, or having to wear a mask everywhere, or maybe having a social distance, maybe you haven't seen some friends, maybe you haven't been able to do some of the stuff that you like to do. Well, our hope is that this summer we will be able to reconnect and do some of those things. Of course, mind you, we will still be honoring whatever safety precautions there need to be. So if we're required to wear a mask, we'll still be wearing masks. If there'll be social distancing, we'll still social distancing. But our goal is this. We want to get you all together in person as much as we can this summer. So it's going to be great. Be looking for that. Like I said, we're going to start talking more about it in May. So be looking forward to that. All right, let's move very quickly here. So we're in this series called Lost and Found. We've been looking at parables, or stories that Jesus told about things that were once lost but then found. And over the last couple of weeks, we've learned things like that Jesus notices us. He notices when someone is missing. And when they're missing, he goes after them to find them. And he doesn't quit until he finds them. And then last week, Katie did an awesome job talking about the fact that Jesus values us, that he really does know us and he cares about us. And when it comes to those seasons where we feel less than, we know that Jesus values us, and we can find our hope and our joy and our value in him. Well, this week, Allison's with us, and she's going to give us this week's lesson. And so without any further ado, hey, Allison, it's your turn.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you again so much for tuning into C3 Students tonight. My name's Allison, and I'm the C3 Students Worship Leader. Now tonight, we are going to be diving into week 3 of the series Lost and Found. We've already learned in the previous weeks that Jesus notices us. He knows exactly who we are, where we are, and all that we were destined to be. And even though we were born into sin, he continues to see all the beautiful and unique traits that he has blessed us with, which brings us to believe that God also values us. Now, before we get into tonight's topic, the question I want to ask you is this. Have you ever felt ashamed of losing something valuable? It could have been something simple like your favorite pair of shoes or your favorite shirt, or maybe it was something a little bit more sentimental, like a picture of a family member or a friend. Whatever it may have been, imagine feeling ashamed or heartbroken for misplacing something that had meant so much to you. It's already hard enough knowing that it's lost, but it's even worse that when you know that it was your fault for losing it. That same feeling can be applied when we ourselves feel lost. And it's heartbreaking to think about us being forgotten about or unwanted. I remember when I first went off to college, I remember being so excited about getting my first taste of freedom and independence. It started out okay at first. I was making a lot of new friends, I was taking classes that were a blast. It seemed to be treating me okay. However, as time went on, I noticed myself becoming more unhappy. I people-pleased just to make myself more likable to the crowd. I took way too many courses just so I could do whatever I wanted to do. And on top of that, I ended up neglecting some of my close friendships and my family back at home. And not even to mention that my faith was not a top priority for me. Over time, I began realizing some of the bad sides of people. I was falling behind academically, and I felt like I didn't even know who I was anymore. I don't even think my family or my friends knew who I was anymore either. One day, I realized how truly unhappy I was, and it got to a point where I would feel absolutely worthless or unloved by the people around me. But then one day, I wanted to start prioritizing my faith again. But I remember feeling absolutely terrified and anxious because I had done a lot of bad things over that time period, and I genuinely believed that my friends, my family, and especially God would be mad at me or would want absolutely nothing to do with me. But the truth is today, I'm stronger in my faith than I ever was before, because I was reminded that God loves us. He forgives us. He cares so much about us. He sent his son Jesus to die for all of our sin. And with that, we can be reminded that no matter how lost we may feel, Jesus welcomes us back. This week, we will be looking into the story of the prodigal son in Luke chapter 15, verses 11 through 24. I encourage all of you guys to read this story for yourselves and really break it down. But to summarize it, Jesus tells the people of Israel about the story of a father with two sons. He gives his youngest son his portions, and the son then leaves home, travels the world, and spends all of his money on whatever he wanted. He was rich, he was fabulous, he was living his best life, and it was treating him just perfectly. But then the next thing he knew, he had absolutely nothing. He ended up having to work in fields and feed the pigs just to get by. He was poor, he was homeless, and he was completely despised by the people around him. So he went back home and returned to his family, absolutely terrified of what his family would think of him. But one thing to keep in mind is what his father does at the end. In Luke chapter 15, verses 20 to 24, it reads this. And he arose and came to his father. But when he was still a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion, and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. And the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against you. I have sinned against heaven, and I am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his servants, Bring out the best robe and put it on him, and put rings on his hand and sandals on his feet. And bring the fattened calf here and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost, but then was found. And they began to be merry. So even after the son greatly sinned against his father and deserved to be treated like a servant, his father welcomed him home and declared everybody in his family to rejoice and be happy because his son was lost but then found again. We too can greatly appreciate this about Jesus. We know that we are all prone to sin, sometimes to the point where it feels absolutely unforgivable. But Jesus doesn't care about that. We are all a part of his family. He died for every single one of our sins that we have done and will ever do. And he not only forgives us, but he welcomes us back with open arms and reminds us how special and beautiful we are to him. Some of us may feel like we aren't worthy of that kind of love. Believe you me, I still feel that way sometimes too. But my prayer to you is this, that you do not be afraid to come back to the Lord and give all of it to him. May you be reminded that we are all a part of his family, and we shouldn't feel ashamed to hide from him or be afraid of him in any way or form. Run to the Father, for no matter how many times you may have felt lost, Jesus will always welcome you home.
Go. Yeah, I see it now. I'm laying it down, and I know that I need you. I run to the Father, I fall into grace. I'm done with the hiding, no reason to wait. My heart needs a surgeon, my soul needs a friend. So I run to the Father again and again and again and again. Oh, your Son for redemption, the price for my heart. And I don't have a context for that kind of love. I don't understand, I can't comprehend. All I know is I need you. I run to the Father, I fall into grace. I'm done with the hiding, no reason to wait. My heart needs a surgeon, my soul needs a friend. So I run to the Father again and again and again and again. Oh, oh, again and again and again and again. Oh, oh, my heart has been in your sights long before my first breath. Running into your arms is running to life from death. And I feel this rush deep in my chest. Your mercy is calling out. Just as I am, you pull me in, and I know I need you now. I run to the Father, I fall into grace. I'm done with the hiding, no reason to wait. My heart needs a surgeon, my soul needs a friend. So I run to the Father again and again. Oh, I run to the Father, I fall into grace. I'm done with the hiding, no reason to wait. My heart found a surgeon, my soul found a friend. So I run to the Father again and again and again and again. Oh, oh, again and again and again and again. Oh, oh, oh.
Okay, my friends, what another great night. Allison did awesome. I hope you had a chance to listen, and I'm really hoping you guys will have some time in your small groups to interact with some of the things that she said. Definitely go back and read the whole story for the prodigal son, because we're going to actually talk about that again next week, and so it will be really helpful for you as a small group to read the entire story. And then worship. I mean, another great time of worship. Thanks to Allison. And thanks to you guys for joining us for that. All right, so now's the time I say goodbye. You guys jump into your small group time, have some good discussion, have fun together, and we look forward to seeing you all again right back here next Tuesday at C3 Students. Until then, have a great night, have a great week, and we'll see you next week.